Menopause actually isn't a weight gain switch, it's a hormone shift. So what happens is your body actually stores more fat because it actually thinks it needs to protect itself. Your body is in more of a survival mode when menopause is happening, which leads to weight gain, yes, but once we balance it, boom, we can get through it, okay? The pre-diabetes and diabetes will come down and it will literally start to reverse. We're taking the inflammation out of the cells so that nutrients can get in the cell, toxins which are stuck in the cell can get out of the cell. It's going to actually help to reverse that weight gain. Menopause isn't the reason you're actually gaining weight. Your hormones are out of sync, so let's fix that. Hey, I'm Trevor Buceri, and after working with nearly 30,000 patients, most of whom have tried everything from diets, workouts, pills, powders, and potions, I know what actually works. And these are women who were stuck and women who were frustrated, and they felt like nothing would ever actually work for them again until they did this. And the results? Over 600,000 pounds lost, more than 133 inches gone just from their midsections alone. And the thing is, most women think that actually weight loss stops working after 40 because of aging, but that's actually not the real problem. Your body is not broken. That's the great news. It's just been actually working against you because your hormones are out of balance. And if you don't fix this first, no diet, no workout, or calorie deficit will ever get you the results that you want. Why menopause makes fat loss harder and how to fix it. So this is for those who are actually dealing with menopause right now or actually coming up on menopause. And let's talk about this. So takeaway statement, menopause actually isn't a weight gain switch, it's a hormone shift. So it's not like we're actually walking up to a light switch and all of a sudden it's weight gain for the rest of your life. You know, that's the great news. It's a hormone shift, and essentially when menopause happens, the hormones are all over the place. But just like we talked about before, when we're able to balance them and settle them down, we're able to actually get to that even keel, and we're able to actually still make the progress that we want. So what's happening when menopause happens? All right, what's happening is, again, we're gonna be talking a lot about hormones here. Estrogen and progesterone, these are other hormones. What happens is they drop when menopause is actually in play here, is this leads to a lower metabolic rate. So essentially, your body muscle starts to drop, your metabolism starts to slow down a little bit, and then it leads to more belly fat, because also there's a flux in your cortisol levels, and then also increased cravings, because there's also a flux in ghrelin and there's a flux in leptin and the other hormones we actually just talked about there. So what happens is your body actually stores more fat because it actually thinks it needs to protect itself. It actually is a fight or flight response. Your body is in more of a survival mode when menopause is happening because it doesn't really understand what's happening and it just knows that it doesn't understand it. So what it does is it goes into that survival mode and it does what it does to actually survive, which is build more fat, gain more fat, hold more body fat onto it. Now, of course, this is not a result that we like, but because of that flux of all those different hormones, the shift in hormones, like we said, it's not a weight gain switch, it is a hormone shift, which leads to weight gain, yes, but once we balance it, boom, we can get through it, okay? So again, that body, it stores more fat because it wants to protect itself. That is the means. And menopause also makes insulin resistance worse, okay? So when we talked before about the sugar goes into the bloodstream, your pancreas releases insulin, it grabs onto the sugar and brings it to the cell for fuel. It makes insulin resistance worse, which is actually meaning that, okay, it's even less effective at being released by the pancreas, grabbing the sugar from the blood and bringing it to the cell, which means we have higher blood sugar, we have higher cases of prediabetes, higher cases of diabetes. And how do we fix this? Because this means that actually carbs get actually stored as fat faster because they're still in your bloodstream and your body needs to get them out of the bloodstream. So what does it do? It says, I need to store them as fat right now because I also need extra fat because I don't know what's happening here. I'm actually at war. I'm in panic mode. I'm in survival mode. I need to store fat because I need this to protect myself. So how do we fix this? The great news. Menopause weight gain is reversible by resetting hormones and fixing the metabolism. Now, we can truly start fixing this through what we're eating. Literally, very simple. Lean proteins, fruits and vegetables, start there. You are absolutely going to be able to get a jump on insulin resistance and literally shifting it. When we talked about the body can't get the actual sugar out of the blood because the pancreas releases that insulin and it can't actually grab the insulin to bring it to the cells, lean proteins, fruits, vegetables is going to literally start to dissipate insulin resistance and enable the body to start being able to do that process again. The pre-diabetes and diabetes will come down and it will literally start to reverse. So fixing it, menopause weight gain is completely reversible by resetting the hormones and fixing the metabolism. When we're talking about the nutrition I just talked about, this is fixing the metabolism. And also by doing this, it's going to actually help to reset and regulate the hormones as well. And then by doing that, it's going to actually help to reverse that weight gain, literally all through that. Now, we also have a detoxification system where we are actually doing a full systemic cellular reset or cellular detox, which is going to essentially reset all of the cells because they actually have inflammation on them. So yes, when we're talking about fixing this, first things first, the best way to do it is to do a full systemic cellular detox. So we're basically resetting the cells, getting all the toxicity out of the cells. All right, we're taking the inflammation out of the cells so that nutrients can get in the cell, toxins which are stuck in the cell can get out of the cell, and also the hormone receptors on the outside of the cell are now functional. So we actually are able to receive hormone signals and the hormones start to actually function properly. That's number one. And then we cure that nutrition, like we talked about, lean protein, fruits, vegetables, and that is going to, again, fix the metabolism, which is going to start to reset the hormones, from both the detox and the nutrition, which is then going to start to reverse that weight gain and because essentially what we're doing is we're making the cell healthy again, okay? That's essentially what it comes down to. So if this connected with you and it made sense to you today, please hit follow or subscribe. I make it a point to break down fat loss in a way that no one else does. Again, I'm Trevor Buceri. Thank you so much for investing your time with me. It is absolutely your most valuable thing, and I do not take it lightly at all that you spent it here with me. Thank you so much and give your best to the rest of your day. Take care.